Yes, people. We are back. We are back for another day. It is Friday. Big up the Friday stream. How are we all doing? Great to see you. Thanks for joining me. Let me just turn this down ever so slightly. There we go. But yeah, thank you. Hello. Welcome everyone that's joined so far. Do make sure you get your likes in, get your comments in. We've got CPI coming in at us in 25 minutes. So do be excited by that. We should get some nice volatility, hopefully anyway. Should get a nice reaction. But it is set at 3.1% forecast, which is actually higher. And it would be the highest in over a year if it came in at 3.1. The last one came in at 2.9. So there is an expectation that inflation goes up slightly. But, of course, we are at that kind of 6 month thereafter from the tariffs. So, yeah, we should see any reflection of them come into inflation now. But, yeah, be excited. Make sure you smash the like button. If you're new around here, subscribe. And, of course, get involved in the chat. Let's get going. But, yeah, Bitcoin has pushed up quite nicely today so far. As you can see. We started the day around $110,000. We've pushed up to 111,500. We currently reside in and around here. So it's looking not so bad at all. Up says crypto over on X. Thank you very much for that. CPI up or thumbs up or thumbs down. If I had to give my gut instinct, is that it's going to come in hot. Afternoon, Stonksy. John, how we doing? Is Velo a scam project? Says George. Not that I know of. However, don't take that as gospel. It may be. It may not be. I'm not too sure. Check the order chart. Oh, mate, you made me do that yesterday. Pump is going up. Yeah, Pump's had a good 2 days. Yesterday I had a really good day, and today it's had a really good day. In 23 minutes, Pellin. Hi, Bobby. How we doing? Hello to everyone that's watching. Thank you very much for joining me. Make sure you drop a big thumbs up on the stream, and make sure you subscribe, of course. We are, gonna be getting CPI coming in at us very, very soon. And yeah, we will wait for that. Of course, it's gonna have some sort of effect on what the Fed may do next week. Now, interestingly, we looked at this yesterday, and the probability for no change was only at 1.1% yesterday. It now is at 3.3%. So that's actually tripled the terms of percentage of no change. Come down very slightly on a 25 basis point cut one. But yeah, that's interesting to see. A bit of a tiny shift away from so heavily. I mean, it's so heavily still favoured that it's going to be a 25 basis point cut on Wednesday. But a slight shift, very small, back in towards no change. So we'll see, obviously, how CPI affects this. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. I mean, it's so key in it because obviously, if it comes in, I mean, even on target, while it comes in on forecast, it is showing that inflation is ticking back up, even if it comes in on forecast. So it's quite key that really it comes in cool. If it comes in cool, then that's a good sign. Hi, Nick. What altcoins interest you at the moment? Yeah, we'll cover that. We'll definitely cover that. No, seriously, check the order chart. Okay, I will do in a second. Let me just, what I want to do is I want to start to get another poll in. I know, another poll. Let me know in the chat with your vote on that poll. What do you think? You guys think we're going to go up or down? You guys let me know by voting on the poll. You want me to check the order chart? Whoa! What happened to this then yesterday? There you go, Stonksy. I mean, don't get me wrong. I didn't foresee Very nice, mate. Very nice. Good reaction as well, obviously, for you. You're long on this, so, mate, enjoy the profits. Enjoy the profits. I hope you've paid yourself a bit. It's not every day you get a 50% candle, is it? So I do hope you've paid yourself a bit. Remember to come out of the excitement of euphoria and realize that if you've not paid yourself, these gains mean nothing. What have we got going on? Pump, yeah, Pump. Your mic gone bad. Maybe it did for a second. I'm not long anymore. Yeah, nice, mate, nice. Pump market, bro. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. Make sure if you haven't, drop a like on the stream. We are live for CPI data. We've got 34 viewers and only 9 likes, so there is less than a third of you liked, closer to actually being a quarter. So do make sure, take a second, scroll down, hit the like button. Does help me out, helps the stream out, and of course, You guys would be very generous in doing that, so please do drop a like. And if you're new around here, subscribe. I am live every single day, so don't come and just visit me for CPI. Come and visit me whenever possible, and of course watch my videos that we post on the channel. So yeah, do subscribe to the channel, and you get all that content as well. Start posting loads of short content as well on YouTube Shorts, so do check that out. And yeah, it's a pleasure for you guys to be here. We have just under 20 minutes now until CPI. Bitcoin and the S&P 500 have been pumping into it. The S&P basically teetering on new highs. Gold dropping down minus 1.5% today. Look at that for a move. Bang, bang. There we go. Lovely catch by Stonksy there. For those of you that don't know what Stonksy is, this is the Stonksy channel. Stonksy is an indicator. It is an oscillator. It is a full trading tool and package. And you can sign up to Stonksy with that link in the description. Go check it out. Come and sign up. And yeah, it'd be great to welcome you to the Stonksy family. And we obviously can get trades like you're seeing on the screen at the moment. Look at that. What a short call that was by Stonksy on gold. Yo, Sean, how we doing, mate? So, George wanted to know what altcoins interest me the most at the moment. I would say at the moment, I think obviously the ones that are strong are the ones that have good revenues and obviously pledge buybacks. So, Pump and Hype, are the two obviously flagships for this. I think that's got a really good place in the market, and something that's probably been overlooked for a while is in terms of what protocols actually make money and aren't just looking to extract. I do think that Pump is obviously, it's a bit too, quote unquote late in terms of trying to catch, nearer the bottom and stuff like that, unless it comes back down. But I just think finding anything with, good intrinsic value, good revenue, good strong fundamentals, either that or obviously looking at memes as well. If I was looking for something a bit more risky and something a bit more, with a risk appetite where, you could get amazing returns or you could get not very good returns, I'm kind of interested in this now. Unfortunately, I didn't buy this yesterday. Before we got the pump from CZ obviously being pardoned. It was coming right into my zone as well, as you can see. But this, obviously, BNB doesn't really have a flagship meme on there. I'm interested in obviously picking this up. Should have really gone in down here because it was getting close, but I didn't. But I am interested in picking something like this up. So obviously, if you're looking for something a bit more risky, you are more than likely, looking for the meme. And yeah, BNB doesn't really have a flagship meme, does it? So I am interested in maybe this being it. But either way, yeah, I'm hoping that it comes back down so I can get in on it. If not, then I'll have to readjust, won't I? But you just have to try and sift through the rubbish, don't you? At the end of the day, you want to make money from it. You don't want just false promises and just, whole pump, yeah. Where's how we doing? I know, mate. Gonksy made me look at it. Gonksy got me to look at it. Unbelievable. We were looking at that yesterday. Gonksy got me to look at it on stream. Gonksy was in from, I think, is it 20 cents she was in from, Gonksy, weren't it? And we were looking at it because obviously it was compressing and forming this kind of wedge / coming into a pennant type of pattern. And yeah, it just went bang, just full blown. I mean, it's currently up 50%, but that was as high as 76. So yeah, really nice. Really, really nice for anyone that was in on that. What have we got? Where would you contemplate getting into for? Well, I did have down here drawn out. I did have down there drawn out, but it kind of front run it yesterday with the news. I mean, you've not really got many places because there's not really that much data. You know, would it come all the way down here? I mean, anything is possible, innit? But you got to be waiting for another 80% drop from here. I don't know. I mean, I would like it, you know, as close to kind of 0.5 as possible, but that may not come. It may not be a possibility. But we are still, while obviously we've been moving up this morning on Bitcoin, we are basically just still ranging, aren't we? We're basically just still ranging. But we do have 14 minutes to go. 14 minutes to go until CPI. So let's see what we can get. I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what as well. This may obviously interest you, Wiz, as well. Hang on. Yeah, I was interested yesterday in in taking a no change decision, which I think has gone up, hasn't it, from 1% upwards. No, yeah, 2%. It was around 2% yesterday. I was interested in just taking this because if inflation comes in hot, I imagine that this will get a push back up. Now, I didn't do it yesterday, and I've not really got enough time to do it now because I don't have anything just directly on Polymarket. But I was interested yesterday in just taking a little bit of a hedge in the form of going for no change. Because if inflation comes in hot, say it comes in at 3.3 or 3.5, that is some big decision then on the Fed to if they're actually going to continue cutting or not. And with it obviously being just massively skewed to the 25 basis points, I thought it might be worth a go, but I've not done it myself, so that's not financial advice. You longed around there, nice, yeah, well done. Look at Pepe, please. I want me to look at Pepe. Let's see. Get the likes up a bit more. Get the likes up a bit more. Come on. Get the likes up a bit more, and then I'll carry on looking at some stuff. But you guys have got to keep getting these likes up. I mean, it's just hanging around, isn't it? It's formed a very nice base. It's formed a very nice base. It's back in, you know, it got back in towards demand, didn't it? You know, we had obviously demand down here, retested here. But what I will say on Pepe is, let me get rid of this. Get rid of this. Is that it's formed a nice base down here. So as you can see, you know, tested since coming down. So this is obviously where daily demand is at the moment. If we fall below there, we're probably coming into test, you know, nearer the April and March demand areas. But currently it's formed a nice base there. This may end up being a trading range, whatever. But what's obviously clear is that it would need to get back above grey box. And then obviously that gives it a nice run up. But yeah, at the moment, obviously this may be a trading range for it, may not be. But until broken, you can treat it as one. Now obviously you could cut it into lower time frame ones if you wanted to do some lower time frame trades. Obviously this across here, you know, looks like this is even more of a low time frame trading range in there. But yeah, it will likely face some resistance if it comes back up here, you know, obviously to where it sold off in the middle of the month. This is obviously, you know, in there where it found demand back in May as well. So push above there, and then it opens the door to coming back, retracing the sell-off, coming back up. Until then, yeah, obviously it needs to hold down here. Well, let's get back in on it. Right, we've got 9 minutes to go. Ooh, things gonna get spicy, hopefully. Are we bullish? I think we're probably just the same as we've been for a good few weeks now, Nick. I'm quite a mixture of emotions at the moment. Because this CPI data reading, I think many people don't realize maybe just how important this is. Because I think because the Fed has cut in September, I think a lot of people just assume that the Fed is going to go on a cutting streak and nothing else matters now. Fed will carry on cutting. For me, I don't see that being the case. If inflation came in hot today at 3.5 or something, I think that throws up a very big curveball to the Fed for if it actually carries on its cutting, or has to pause for a while to see what's going to happen. If it comes in cool or even on target, then I think it's all good. I asked ChatGPT and it's saying inflation will be less than expected and price should go up after. Well, yeah, I mean, well, let's ask it. So according to you, that's what that's saying. Let's ask Grok. Let's see. Let's see what Grok thinks. So Grok thinks it will likely still cut in October. It would probably proceed with the expected 25 basis point reduction, but slower pace ahead. Future cuts, obviously, the last one for the year is in December. Could be paused or shallower. Hot data might fuel over-easing fears, pushing the terminal rate higher. So yeah, that's interesting to see. So maybe I was jumping the gun a bit, thinking that maybe it will affect Wednesday's decision directly, but maybe not. Maybe it will obviously throw on a catalyst to the other ones, and that's only assuming that it comes in hot. If it comes in cool or on forecast, we're probably all good. I'd like twice if I could. Oh well, thank you very much, Alistair. That's lovely. No, I've not covered Doge yet. Yeah, I'm better. Yeah, I'm better today. Still got very slight bit of cold in me and a very slight cough, but yeah, I'm definitely better. Where are you going to fetch the CPI data, bro? To be honest, it actually comes through the fastest, I find, on X. If you follow good X sources, so a good person to follow for news like this and just general economic news is this guy. Look at that! He's right at the top of the screen. Walter Bloomberg. He normally posts all the emerging US data like as soon as it comes through. Another one is DB News. Same thing. But I just find you could, for instance, we're on FX Street looking at it as well, FX Street, but to keep refreshing this and stuff like that, the timing difference isn't really that much of a difference. I just find yourself, someone or accounts on X and stuff like that post reliable, fast, important news, and then you've basically got your news flow then, haven't you? And I find this guy is really good for anything to do with, obviously, US news in general. But with your DB News is a good one as well. Maybe time to set a stop limit order in case we get some bad news. Wouldn't it be good to know the news in advance? Have you positioned already, or will you do later? I'm not positioned in anything at the moment, no. Personally, no. But I'll be looking later. I mean, the thing is, you've got these two events crammed so close together, haven't you? You've got CPI, and then on Wednesday, you've got FOMC. What I would say, though, is that, you know, if you have a position open and you're massively in profit, then obviously you're comfy, aren't you? The problem comes is if you've got a recently open trade in a situation like this, say, you know, it's recently open and you're a tiny amount in profit or a tiny amount in a loss, you're kind of just at the mercy of the market then, aren't you? For if you're going to end up in a bigger amount of profit or a bigger loss. Pump and dump, says Dunder Thunder. Well, we've got 4 minutes, haven't we? We've got 4 minutes. Make sure if you haven't, drop a like, subscribe as well. There's a few new faces in the chat that I can see, so subscribe. I do go live every day, Monday to Friday, and we cover US Open, we cover any, you know, news like CPI or whatever. I will be live on Wednesday evening as well for FOMC. And of course, you know, covering the market day to day. There are bots sweeping longs and shorts right now. Not a good time to position. You're at the if you try and position now, you're at the mercy of the market, aren't you? It's basically just gambling. If you say you opened a long or a short right now, you're basically just gambling on unless you truly believe that it's going to be going one way or another. You're just hoping to get lucky that the market takes that direction. But we've got 3 minutes to go. In the meantime, of course, if you haven't joined Stonksy or those of you that don't know what Stonksy is, get your questions away in the chat if you don't know what Stonksy is. But you can come and grab yourself 20% off your first month. So if you want to come and try Stonksy for a month, you get 20% off. That's with code BOT20 up here. That's on this plan right here. We do have lifetime and annual plans on offer as well. But Stonksy is the indicator that you see on screen, all of it. And I'll do a deeper run through on Stonksy after we have CPI come in. So let's see. The S&P 500 is basically teetering on new all-time highs. We've got 2 minutes to go. We have got 2 minutes to go. less than actually 1 minute. Got 1 minute to go. And of course, after CPI, do stick around. I'll be live for another hour and a half. I've only been live half an hour so far. I'm going to be live for another hour and a half covering the US market open. And then, of course, thereafter. So don't go anywhere. If you're around for CPI, stay around. I do go live for 2 hours every day. So the show won't be over after CPI. It is only just beginning. So yeah, please do stick around and join me. But we've got 30 seconds to go. Oh, who's getting nervous? Who's getting nervous? Let's just get X refreshed. So we're ready. We're ready for the news. Oh, Pellin's nervous. Bang, there we go. What have we got? Oh, we're squeezing up. Oh, we're squeezing up hard. Oh, look at that. We are squeezing up. What did we get? Let's refresh X. What did we get? Oh, we're squeezing up nicely, aren't we? That was a juicy burst up then. What did we get? 3% lower. 3% lower. There we go. So it came in lower than expectations. The forecast was 3.1%, and we got 3, which is obviously a good sign for moving into Wednesday. And look at Bitcoin go there. Ba-boom. As did the S&P 500. Look at that for a candle on the S&P. Look at that for a candle on the S&P 500. That is a big, juicy candle. Tell you Tell you what, that is a big juicy candle on the S&P there. Right, straight into new all-time highs in futures. Obviously, with an hour to go. Whoa. With an hour to go. What a big push up that was. We are back. Bobby says, we are so back. We are so back. If you have a look for context, let's have a look on the dailies. So you can see there the shoot up on the S&P on the daily. In terms of Bitcoin, we're coming up now to obviously approaching that big wick that got left behind on Tuesday. But yeah, the S&P slowly grinding up towards 7,000 now. Slowly grinding up towards 7,000. And that was a that was a big rocket, weren't it? That was a big rocket. Market open in an hour, yeah. Market open in an hour. Make sure you do drop a big like on the stream for that as well. Don't go anywhere. I obviously am continuing to be live. We will cover US market open in an hour, and then the after price action as well once it's open. So don't go anywhere. But yeah, look at the S&P. New record highs in futures. Looking like it's probably going to open at new highs as well when we get market open. And yeah, it just looks very strong, doesn't it? Just looks very strong. Let's take a look, see what Bitcoin's doing. Nice strong candle on Bitcoin. Let's have a look at ETH. Let's run through some alts. Stonksy is long on the 5 minute on ETH. Very nice. Coming in this morning. Solana. Look at that. Solana nearly tagged. It was approaching 197. Big juicy upside candle. See, BNB. Looks like everything will have had big juicy upside candles. Yeah. That Litecoin. Link. Yeah, everything's had big juicy candles. You can see. Look at all the green backgrounds on Stonksy as well, from what Stonksy's caught. Very nice. Very nice indeed. Bitcoin still having trouble with a resistance level. The thing is, when you get a pop like that, you need some kind of settlement, don't you? So with news events and news reactions like that, typically you either get full retracement of the move, or it will, like, depending on obviously the direction, it will retrace some of the candle and then continue on. But I mean, it's more so just a one reaction thing, innit? Like, that news around CPI there, in my opinion anyway, isn't enough to just suddenly take Bitcoin and just make it rally for the rest of the day. But it's done well. It's done very well. Short slightly got ran through then, yeah. a cascade of forcing shorts to close. But yeah, nice reaction, obviously, from Bitcoin and the market as well. Lovely stuff. I wonder what... yeah, I was going to say, this thing probably didn't move anymore after already moving massively. So Netflix is back up a little bit pre-market. Anything moved massively? You got ENA there continuing its strength. Something that we've been looking at this week on stream. The ENA strength returning. Apart from that, not really. XRP is having a good day. And again, Stonksy there, come in. Green background, green confirmation. Double confirmation. And there we go, bang. This is something that's really good on the 5 minute for anyone wondering. The 5 minute is superb for this. When you get the background colour and then you get the arrow. Oh, it is amazing. Now, I forgot to close out the poll, actually. I forgot to close out the poll, didn't I? Now, let me open the poll for, obviously, US Open. There we go. Poll's open for that. US Open. Let me know what you think is gonna happen with that. Are we gonna maybe? Is this the pump before the dump? Is this the pump before the pumpity pump? Yeah, it's always interesting, isn't it, when you get news pumps. Pump itself, again, doing fantastically well the past 2 days, carrying on its momentum from yesterday into today. And again, Stonksy there just absolutely nailing it. After working 50 years non-stop, Bitcoin, better moon, or the bank will get it. You love it, you RN. Stem says Zek. You want me to look at Zek? Let's see. It's in and around here. There it is. Very nice. 12% up today. 12% up. I mean, this thing has done marvelously well on it. You know, it's done basically a 10x from the bottom, you know, from in and around the bottom. If you look at, you know, middle of August, we were at $35. You know, maybe you could get it for cheaper, around 34. Almost got to a 10x, almost. You got most of the way there. The question is, obviously, what happens with it next? Will it distribute? And will it fall off? Or maybe has it got another leg in it? I'm kind of unsure myself. If you look at the historical levels, there isn't really much, I don't think, left to go through. So, if you look at the historical levels, it's basically all but there on the final two candles of history, which is obviously the 2 May candles, the blow off top. Looking at the weekly, there's obviously not much there. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't hold any of this personally. But yeah, I'm kind of undecided on what I think will happen with that. XMR had a good day yesterday, so maybe some of them, obviously a bit of profit taking on Zek, rolling into there. And then obviously the other one is Zen. You know, Zen did marvelously well as well. Really, really good. But this is mostly following Zek. This isn't even really following XMR. This is mostly following Zek. But then you also do have Dash as well. Yeah, Bitcoin's coming down slightly, retracing that CPI pump candle. The S&P is doing the same thing-ish. whether the privacy narrative catches on more. Is this CPI result not good for precious metals? I'll be honest, I don't think it really matters that much. I don't think it really, that CPI result doesn't really mean that much to metals. I think metals, the thing with metals is they've got a strong high time frame uptrend, haven't they? That's not going to break in just because of one lot of CPI. I still think there is appetite for risk off assets, aka obviously gold and silver and others. I still think that appetite for them is there. S&P, I was thinking about shorting more of this as well when we was up here and I didn't. Which is annoying. But yeah, I mean, in terms of metals, I still expect them to trend higher. Yeah, I'm still expecting them to trend higher. Let's see, what's the Mag 7 got? Nvidia opening at 184. They're all opening higher. Pretty significantly higher as well by the looks of it, apart from Tesla. Yeah. All opening higher. But yeah, Bitcoin, I mean, what's it going to do now? Probably, I'd imagine we get some cool off leading into US Open. It's what I would imagine. We just had a big move and big liquidation of shorts, upside liquidity grabs. So wouldn't surprise me to see a bit of a cool off, maybe a bit low time frame ranging, but we do have US Open coming in 45 minutes. So do make sure you drop a like if you haven't. There's still some of you that haven't liked, so please do drop a like. And of course, the poll is open and the poll is ready to be voted on. So do go check that out if you haven't. 15 votes so far on the poll, and most people are expecting Bitcoin to go up on US Open. Now, let's see. I can't remember how often this updates. Maybe Polymarket will be a quicker. Let's see. Yeah, so this has shifted back. So obviously before inflation data, this was up to 3.3. And it's now shifted back to what it was yesterday. So this was the exact scores of yesterday. We got a slight shift into no change. But that's gone now back into the highest probability of being 25 basis point cut on Wednesday. Yeah, Bitcoin's pushing back up nicely. It's pushing back up nicely, hanging around. I think it's gonna get an explosive open on the US market as well, because the S&P is going to open at all-time high. The Mag 7 is going to open higher. I haven't looked at the Nasdaq yet, but I imagine that will be opening higher. So the market continues to run hot, which is obviously a good thing for Bitcoin. But yeah, ETH up 3% today, which is good. Outperforming Bitcoin on the day as well by 1.74. And altcoins are having a bit of time in the sun, aren't they? Got Sui up 3.3%. XLM, HBAR, all very nicely done by Stonksy on the 5-minute as well. MYX starting to run again, up 16% today. Yeah, very, very nice. Chad Wells says, I think when they talk about CPI on big news company, it will help out. Well, we've only got October and then December. In terms of FOMC meetings left for this year. And then there's quite a big break because obviously got October and then the next one's on the 10th of December. So we've got like a month and a half break-ish. And then the next one after that is right at the end of January. And then that's it until, mid to late March. So there is a bit of quite decent spacing in these Fed meetings coming up. As you can see there, Bitcoin coming swiped upside liquidity. Didn't take it all, but it took a nice chunk. See there, nice swipe on a 3-day. And now, yeah, so that was a nice liquidity swipe by Bitcoin. If we actually look on a 2-week though. Oh, it's done this again. Hang on. Let me give it a refresh. Sometimes does that where it comes up with no data. Let's see. No. Anyway, the liquidation heat map was basically just showing, if you come to say something like the 4-hour, where is our biggest liquidity? And it's just where we've got these lower highs. So above here and then above there is where our biggest liquidity is. Right above the highs, where you'd expect. Asta has lodged a nice recovery so far, hasn't it? It has indeed lodged a nice recovery. Next test for it will probably be in and around 123. So that's obviously what you'd be looking for on Asta. I need to drag some of these back down. Oh, yeah. Put them in and around here. Let's see. Let's get rid of. Just gonna drag these down, sort out my watch list a bit. Pump can go there. Blue can come down to there. And what have we got left? Apex. I will pull below. Where's Asta there? Yeah, that can go there. And then one more. Hyperliquid. That can come and just go nicely in there. There we go. Watch list sorted out nice. But yeah, do make sure you get your vote in on the next poll if you haven't. Let's see, what's it coming out as? 89%. Oh, you guys are feeling bullish, aren't you? Very nice. Very, very nice. Analysts predict massive liquidity shift could ignite long-awaited alt season. Analysts say a massive liquidity shift could spark the long-awaited altcoin season later this year, but indicators suggest it's still Bitcoin season. Over 150 altcoin ETFs await SEC approval as the Fed's rate cut loom. Which is interesting, isn't it? So far, 2025 has been all about Bitcoin, which is true. Current liquidity is only in low risk assets, but if you look at 2017, 2021, this is how every bull market starts. Interesting read. If you want to read this, you can read it on cryptosavingexpert.com. Let's see what's going on Cointelegraph. What have we got? There were no London. Yeah, so I was reading this before. What's this? Buyback announcement by Asta. Where was this? Where he hit back? Yeah. Yeah, about this. She got community noted, didn't she? Saying that he pleaded guilty to money laundering charges and was sentenced to prison. A US senator can't get their facts right. In a public post about a person's charge, there were no money laundering charges. The same senator declared war on crypto on public TV 5 days before my sentencing during the Biden admin. Yeah, she just hates anything crypto, doesn't she? Elizabeth Warren, she just hates anything crypto. Very odd. Very odd. So Bitcoin's now coming back and slowly, ever so slowly, looking to maybe come back into that that impulse candle that we had. She's on the pay by someone to destroy crypto. She's like 70 years old and has no idea about tech, says coding crypto fitness. It's weird, isn't it? Weird. Maybe you're right, mate. Maybe it's the typical old person won't change the ways vision. Yeah, they're so old in US politics, aren't they? Like, I don't think there's that many. There mustn't be that many people who are like senators and people of Congress that are below the age of like 40 or 50. There can't be that many of them at all. We're in like UK politics. Most are actually like middle-aged or younger, aren't they? Mostly, for the most part. It's a big shift. I mean, there's that one guy, isn't there? I can't remember his name, but he's a Republican. I don't know what he is. I don't know whether he's a congressman or a senator or what. But honestly, he must be like 90 or something. And he's the guy, someone will probably know him who's watching. He's the guy who sometimes freezes when he's doing an interview. So he'll just freeze. But he was getting like, the other day, he was getting like, a reporter was following him and asked him something. And he just fell over. Like, he just fell over. Now, I don't know if he fell over on purpose to avoid answering the question, or he actually just fell over. But like at that point, you know, you just got to call it a day, haven't you? Like, it's mad how they let people like that into running the country. Yeah, the guy who fell over, yeah, he's 83. Mitch the Glitch McConnell. Yeah, I remember watching the video. He was mid press conference, really. He just like froze, the poor guy. I mean, it's a shame, really, because you can't, like, it must be very strenuous trying to do that when it looks like obviously he's just like not really fit anymore to do that job. But yeah, I mean, it's just a comparison in it between like US politics and then other politics. Like, it seems like there's just not that many people like 50 or below in US politics. Everyone else is like older. Yeah, Asta. What was that about? The Asta buyback, actually. What was that? I've lost the tweet. Where was that tweet by Asta then? Let's see. Didn't even. Oh, it must be fair. It's fairly low down, isn't it? I don't know. Oh, here it is. So Asta is currently targeting 70 to 80% of S3 fees for Asta buybacks. Exact allocation will depend on market conditions and final results will follow. Interesting. Did you ever see that one was like 93 years old in a wheelchair and she was a congresswoman? No, I didn't. No. Nancy Pelosi, Senator, best something trader in the business. Alleged. Yeah. They're all weird, aren't they? They're career politicians because they're bought and paid for, of course. Alleged, of course. Scotty, alleged. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, in my view anyway, most of them are dirty in some way. It's just my view. My view is that most of them are dirty in some way. They all have something to hide and something to gain. I mean, look at all this in the UK with net zero. Net zero is the biggest scam I think that's ever been put onto a country like the UK. I mean, £50 billion a year on net zero. And guess what it does? Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. Literally, it achieves nothing. And you've got to ask the question of why. Why would you waste all that money? Why would you focus on something that is quite literally pointless? And why would you try and force it upon UK businesses and just cripple them? Yeah. Yeah, it's actually mad. It's actually mad. But yeah, net zero is just a massive scam, innit? It's a huge scam. Apex doing well today, of course. Bybit's answer to Asta. Stonksy called a real nice one on this. Look at that. Bang, there we go. That double confirmation came in all the way down here. Lovely stuff. Lovely stuff. Blue doing well. Obviously, maybe some Stonksy members remember Blue from when we called a good solid like 50 to 100% pump on it. Oh, this thing is just ripping now, isn't it? Yeah, I'm kind of sad I didn't add more to my S&P shorts when it was up here. I mean, it's not really that much of a difference. It's only like $5. I may add more, I don't know. 50 bill on net zero, whilst India and the Philippines. So, well, this is the thing, and this is why it's just basically just one big scam. The UK is responsible for 1% of global emissions. 1%. 1%. It literally makes no difference whatsoever. I mean, no difference whatsoever whether the UK is carbon neutral and gets most of its energy from green energy or not. Wow, big 1%. Great. Meanwhile, that 50 billion, imagine what that 50 billion could do in other actual areas of the economy and the country in terms of growing the country. It's just, honestly, it's craziness. It's actually crazy. Let's see what's happened to gold. Stonksy got a great one on gold. Look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Nice short there on gold. But yeah, I'm going to nip to the toilet. We are halfway through the stream. So I'm going to go the toilet. And then we will obviously be having US Open in 28 minutes. So don't go anywhere. Stick around in the meanwhile. Go and get a drink. You know, go toilet yourself. Do whatever. Just sit and chill if you want to. For those of you that aren't, of course, make sure you like, subscribe, and sign up to BLOFIN. I'll put the link in the description. In the chat now. It is in the description. The best non-KYC exchange for doing all things trading, all things crypto. Go and check it out. And yeah, it's non-KYC. So you create your account. You'll be able to create an account before the time I get back. I guarantee you that. So yeah, stick around. Thanks for joining so far, and I'll see you in a few minutes. Right, I'm back. How we doing? Oh, what's on for the weekend? I'm doing tip runs. Is that right? Oh, Steve-O's doing some tip runs. What have I got on this weekend? It's a good question, that. Off the top of my head, not a lot at the moment. I haven't really planned anything. Yeah, I haven't really planned anything, I'll be honest. You're doing tip runs? Mate, I'm jealous. Pure jealousy. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not really sure. What's everyone else doing? Let me know in the comments what you're up to tonight, what you're up to over the weekend. Anyone doing anything nice? Yeah, I'm not too sure, to be honest. I think Sunday is usually a nice day. Normally do something nice on a Sunday. Depends what the weather's like as well. I mean, it's been absolutely drenched today. It's non-stop rained all yesterday as well. So it depends if it's going to be clear or not. Obviously, it limits what you can do, doesn't it? But this will be one of my last 3 weekends. Because I was meant to get the keys for the new house, I think, like 2 weeks today. So from then on, it's just going to be all through the week, weeknights and then weekends, just non-stop doing the work on the house that needs doing. RN is off to the dam. Oh, really? Yeah. Who you going with, RN? Who you off there with? Nice, mate. Nice. I've been Amsterdam twice. Yeah, I've been twice. Enjoyed it both times. It was good. I really enjoyed it. I went first time I went, I was 18, and then went again. I think it was just a year after, to be honest. Yeah, it was. Yeah, went 2 years on the bounce. Went when I was 18 and went when I was 19. A few mates. Oh, mate, you're gonna be loving it. You're gonna be absolutely loving it. We've been before. Have you been before? But yeah, I mean, Bitcoin's just kind of hanging around now, isn't it? It's just hanging around, and I assume exactly that is what is going to be leading on to alts. Oh no, XR. So definite strength in XRP today. Individual strength. Everything else is just kind of hanging around. What have we got there? You went a few years back, but I'm more grown up now. Is that right? Yeah. Well, have a good time, mate. Whatever you get up to. Whatever you get up to. Yeah, I enjoyed it when I went. Like I said, I haven't been for a good long while. I mean, yeah, I haven't been for a long while. So it's funny though with stuff like that, innit? Because you remember it as if it was yesterday. Like, I remember that as if it was yesterday. In reality, it was a good few years ago now. Good long few years ago. But you remember it as if it was yesterday. Had a good time. I've done some cool stuff, me. Looking back on it. I mean, in 2019, I went on 7 holidays in 8 months. First, like, half of the year in 2019, I went on 7 holidays in 8 months, January to August. Oh man, it's such a sick year that. I mean, it was unbelievable. You look back at stuff like that and you just think, wow, to be young and free again, eh? To be young and free again. Look at gold, just absolutely spiking up. Gold was minus 1.5% at some point today when it was down here. It's now almost erased its entire daily loss. Same for silver. MSTR's up nicely pre-market. Nearly 3% pre-market. Coinbase up nicely. And Circle up nicely as well. So yeah, the big crypto-related stocks doing well. But yeah, what's everyone else up to this weekend? Anything much? We are just eagerly awaiting now. US Open, got 15 minutes to go until US market opens. Tell you what, as well, if you haven't watched my latest videos on the channel, do come and give them a watch. Put a new one up yesterday. But then come on, what this one was a great video. As seen, it was the most views I've had on a video since this one 2 months ago, and that wasn't even a proper video. That was just like a clip from the stream. Last time I got that many views on video was this one. But yeah, really good. Really good. Please do come and support. I wonder how... Let's see how the shorts have been doing. Yeah, going to be getting more shorts out as well this afternoon. What's going on? I think my computer's freezing a bit. Seems to be freezing a bit. Have we got anything interesting happening on X? Have we got anything happening on X? Not really. Oh, there's Tom Lee. Don't just think Tom Lee looks like such a Chad, doesn't he? He looks like such a Chad. I always think he looks so cool, Tom Lee. He looks like he'd just like never make any rash decisions, and he'd always just make calculated, well-informed decisions. Got 13 minutes to go until US Open. So, yeah, if you have a specific altcoin you want me to look at, of course, just let me know in the chat. But Stonksy has nailed some great moves on the 5-minute chart. Absolutely killing it. This thing just doesn't stop, does it? This Co-AI just doesn't stop at all. I mean, that came up and basically equaled the highs there. Unbelievable. Who is that lead? Who is that lead that brought out Cold Wallet? Tom Lee. What cold? I didn't even know he brought out Cold Wallet. What Cold Wallet is it? Tom Lee, yeah. The person is the Bitmine, innit? Bitmine stock, you know, that's buying up all the ETH. Yeah, that's him. This. Bitmine. Yeah, it's Tom Lee. I mean, this had a crazy run, didn't it? Imagine buying this in April. Imagine buying this at any point, and then suddenly, you know, you find yourself up at $130. Whoa. Unbelievable. $184, $260. Let's have a little check. What's the Mags ETF doing? 65. Close to a new high. What's NQ doing? new highs? New highs for Nasdaq, I think, yeah. Wild. Absolutely wild. That's my wife's mate. My mate's wife's cousin. What? Tom Lee? Tom Lee is your mate's wife's cousin. Is that true? Mate, there's gonna be bloody like Ethereum. There's gonna be Ethereum logos running through the blood. With how much Ethereum he's buying. Wow, that's crazy. Tell you what, try and get a connection for me. I'd love to have him on the show. Can you imagine that? That's wild. Must be some folks are multi-millionaires in China. Mate, Tom Lee, yeah, Tom Lee is insanely rich. Your mate must be living a life, surely. If because his wife is obviously in that family, so your mate must be living it up, mate. Your mate must be living it large. Being married to the cousin of Tom Lee. Wow. Look at the S&P go. Look at it go. The push towards 7,000, has it begun? Has the push towards 7,000 begun? Get Tom Lee to endorse. Get Tom Lee on the show. Get him to shout out Stonksy on Squawkbox. I know, yeah. The father-in-law pays for their holidays and gives 10k spending money. Amazing. Wow. Wow. Mate, he's living a life. I tell you what though. There's like a chance that there's a chance that you could meet Tom Lee one day, isn't there? If there's some sort of like family gathering and your mate invites you there or whatever. Where are you from, Scotty? Where are you actually from? That's wild. Make the connection. Help me get Tom Lee on for a podcast. Now that would be cool. Jasmine had a great day yesterday, didn't it? Jasmine, old favourite of the stream, is Jasmine. Old favourite of the stream. Peak doing well today. Cow. See what Cow's doing. Obviously, a Wiz favourite. It's looking stabilised a bit, isn't it? Obviously, come down and retested April. Looking stabilised, but of course, finding resistance in this SR. Down southwest. Southwest. Well, so is that like Texas way or something? Tom sent them something like ballot card, was it? I don't know. Oh, so is it like Texas way? I don't know where Southwest is. Southwest. Are you in the UK? Wait, hang on. Wait, so is this mate of yours? When you said that, I was just assuming that you was from the US then. Well, so is this mate of yours? Is he American or is he from the UK? And is his wife American or from the UK? Because Tom Lee's American, isn't he? That's crazy. We got 4 minutes to go until US Open. Four minutes to go. No, he's UK too. He met his wife. He met his wife on a honeymoon. Long story. He met his wife on a honeymoon. Whoa, that's crazy. What a crazy story. That's wild. Yeah, well, what? So he was on his honeymoon and then met his now wife. What did he say? So what do you do then? Oh, I'm just in the family of billionaires. Right, that's it. So see ya. I've just got married, but I'm gonna go pack my bags and I'm coming with you. Yeah, that's all the way back down now. Let's see what's trending on Polymarket. Can you imagine doing this though? Like putting money down for something that's in a couple of years. Well, in like ends in about 3 years. It's crazy. That ends in about 3 years. So obviously this is an interesting one because CZ was obviously the top one, weren't he? He was at about 50%, and he's now been pardoned. I thought, yeah, it's Do Kwon down at 3%. But SBF all the way up there. Interesting. Oh yeah, it's dingling. There we go. We're open. His mate ended up not getting married. Asked my mate if he wanted to go with him instead. Oh, nice. What a coincidence that is, though, isn't it? Like, that is just like one of them things where it's just pure fate or just pure by accident, isn't it? And from that, he met his wife on said honeymoon. Wow, okay, yeah. Like that is one of them ones, isn't it? Where it's just kind of like it's just pure fate or just pure like the nature, you know, the universe doing its work. Hello, Tantana. How we doing? Tantana, the biggest link bull that I know, the biggest link marine. Yeah, we are open on US market, and we aren't actually getting really much volatility on US markets this week or the past couple of weeks. But what is Link doing? Let's see. I know you'll want it, Tantana. Let's see. Link is just hanging around. Yeah. Just hanging around. Still in between levels, aren't we? My levels are still working like magic on Link. Levels are still working like magic on Link. I mean, the level to gain is $20. The level to hold is $15.50, and anything in and around there is basically just chopping it. But yeah, that $30 level is waiting for Link, innit, mate? It's waiting for Link. Do you make sure to drop the like on what happens? It is massively appreciated. Anyone new, do subscribe as well. Make sure you come back to the channel. Bitcoin's dropping a little bit. What's the S&P doing? Oh, that dropped initially, didn't it? And it's back up there now. What is... So Nvidia's back up. Everything's just back up, chilling in it. Yeah, not much volatility coming in on US Open again. I do assume it won't be too long before we get them nice volatile US market opens on Bitcoin again. Don't know when, but I would assume it won't be too long. Yeah, we are getting a lot more kind of relaxed, non-volatile moves, aren't we? As soon as US market opens. Tomorrow live stream. No, tomorrow's Saturday, mate. No, tomorrow's Saturday. Live stream. The next live stream will be Monday. The next live stream will be Monday. I will be hosting my usual Sunday lounge meeting in the Stonksy Discord, though. So for anyone that's in the Stonksy Discord, yeah, we used to do live streams on a Sunday, but I've moved them to a lounge meeting in the Discord server on Sundays. Just gives more exclusivity to the Stonksy users, doesn't it? But yeah, next live stream will be on Monday. But that is on that lounge meeting is on Sunday nights. For Stonksy users, of course. Oh yeah, look at the S&P rip. Look at it going to new highs. It went all the way to 6,802 on that candle. Crazy. Nvidia back to 185. I was nicely up on them short ETFs as well, and I never closed them because kind of view them as long-term positions, but this thing looks like it's slowly going to be heading towards 7,000 for one more leg up. Which can we get? Can we get some same action on Bitcoin? Can we get some of that action on Bitcoin? We're just kind of flat now, aren't we? We're waiting for Bitcoin's next move. Apart from XRP, this is now having its turn to outperform the market. XRP nearly up 5% today, and it's moving on its own. Yeah, real strength in XRP, back at 250 as well. And of course, Stonksy has been green on it. Yeah, Solana, again, kind of same thing, just leveling off. Hype, again, leveling off. BNB, leveling off. Doge is falling. Oh, so Bitcoin, yeah, Bitcoin's falling off. Look at that. The S&P, 6,800 almost. Have a look at it. Getting there, isn't it? It's almost arriving in the grey box. Look at that. Let me just check something. Yeah. I think I'm gonna short some more. Let's see. Ooh. Let's see. Go and short some more S&P, I think. What's your grey box for? Where I think it probably slows down. I can't see it going much above 7,000. It could. I think it'll probably get there, but I can't see it going much above 7,000 myself. I'm just preparing myself for the eventual kind of macro turnaround. Again, it may not. It may go higher. It may go lower. But I'm kind of just adding, just like adding. Ultra. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know whether this would be a bull trap in terms of Bitcoin. I mean, what I will say for the market is we do have obviously the next big event on Wednesday, but we're coming into November, which obviously favourably you would think it would be a good month for Bitcoin and crypto. You would hope so, anyway. Yeah, that's what my grey box is. I'm just kind of thinking it tops out around 7,000, a little bit above or below. It may not do. It may go higher. I mean, it's on a tear, isn't it? You know, it's on a tear. If you have a look at it, it's just on a tear. But you know, in and around here. Because the thing is, if you look at it on the monthly, you know, that just isn't the route that it's been on. Isn't, I would say, it's not sustainable. You know, you need these pullbacks, don't you? Look, deep pullback, deep pullback, deep pullback, deep pullback. We'll see anyway. We'll see. Again, not financial advice. Don't just follow me in on that. It's just kind of how I'm looking to position myself personally. There's just there's not really a lot of movement, is there, in terms of this? I mean, you know exactly what alts are going to be doing because Bitcoin's down, so you know that alts are going to be pushing down now. Exactly, they are. Yeah, Bitcoin's dropping off. Who, to be fair, I remember Dunderfunder put in, didn't he? Dunderfunder put in the chat. I don't know if you're still here, Dunderfunder, or not. But you actually put in dump then pump. Sorry, pump then dump. Where is it? Yeah, you put it in, didn't you? Just before CPI. Pump then dump. Pump and dump. You were right, Dunderfunder. I don't know if Dunderfunder was still here or not, but you were right, mate. So well done. Keep tearing. It's maybe setting up for it's setting up maybe for a weekend move on Bitcoin, to be fair, because if you look, we are just like kind of wedged in the middle, aren't we, of key liquidity. Like from here, you would say the key liquidity would be obviously a swipe of there or a swipe down here. And we're basically wedged in the middle of these two levels. I don't know if we can trend into one of them over the weekend, but you would say definite key areas in terms of, you know, the big levels maybe that Bitcoin will be looking to sweep. And it doesn't really seem like on Wednesday, does it, that we were down at 107k on Wednesday. It doesn't seem like that. Seems like we could have been higher. But if we move on to daily, you can see, can't you, that this is, you've got kind of two parts of this area separated here. Let's remove this. And let's remove this. And let's remove this. You know, you've got clear separation there with the daily closes, where you've got this action here, and then we've got this action, which is obviously currently what we're involved in. So you can see all around this level of, you know, kind of 110, 600, where all this daily price actions coming across from, you know, opens and closes. Kind of separates, doesn't it, like two areas of this and this. Now, of course, we're getting WEEX into here and that, but we're not closing above there, aren't we? And as you can see again, this is at the moment looking like it's got a long upper wick. So just something to keep an eye on. It's quite interesting to see that. But yeah, thank you very much for joining me today. I think we'll leave the stream there because there's nothing really much going on, is there? We are wedged on Bitcoin. Maybe the S&P set to come down again. Filled in most of that wick. And yeah, we'll see. I hope everyone has a great Friday. Hope you have a great Friday night. Hope you have a great weekend as well. If you are in the Discord, make sure to come and join me on Sunday late afternoonish for the lounge meeting. Apart from that, thank you for joining me for this week's streams. And I will be back with you on Monday. Make sure you drop a like, subscribe, sign up to Stonksy, sign up to BLOFIN, and I'll catch you all on Monday. Bye for now.